Now, what I need you to do is go out there, bring the girl in here. That's it. Think you can manage? Oh, I know. It's a trip, ain't it?
Sexy, funny, and violent. We are talking about the movie 68 Kill, directed and co-written by Trent Hager. Now this one is all about the femme fatales. It focuses on this hapless guy called Chip, who is this kind of like nice guy, but he's a bit of a dead-ender. He works this kind of dead-end job, but he's got this smoking hot girlfriend who is way above his league, but, you know, he's completely devoted to her. However, she actually works as a hooker, a prostitute. And one of her kind of Johns, one of her clients, boasts that he's got this kind of $68,000 in this safe that she happens to kind of see the combination for. So she enlists the help of Chip to basically rob this guy. Now, he makes her a promise, because he's a pretty passive dude, to be honest. He makes her a promise that it's going to be not going to be any trouble, and they're just going to be in and out. And of course, inevitably, there is trouble. His girlfriend kills the Joe, kills his wife, and then they were kind of like on the run basically, and things get worse and worse. They take someone hostage, and it becomes like a snowball effect of a kind of a farcical kind of crime caper from there, with blood, boobs, and guns. So what do we think about 68 Kill? Let's get the negatives out of the way first of all. A couple of minor ones for me. There's a little bit of CGI blood here that looks a little bit too obvious. Now, I will say there's plenty of real fake blood, if you see what I mean. Plenty of that all over the place, but there's just a couple of shots where people are getting shot, and we see the kind of obviously the CGI squibs. So it just makes it, you know, just takes you out of it just for a second. And whether they've used so much kind of obviously real fake blood, I guess you want to call it, it's a shame that they've kind of had these kind of CGI bits here and there. But that's really obviously just, you know, we're talking a split second. The only other thing I would say is the story really focuses on Chip's relationship between three femme fatales. Each of them has a kind of somewhat different relationship. The second one, I wasn't quite buying. Now, this is a kind of like hyper reality. I don't think it's meant to be taken like a serious kind of drama. Essentially, it's kind of like this, you know, obviously heightened sense of reality, and not really like a particularly realistic film. Very much in the vein of True Romance, I thought, if you have seen that film. But nonetheless, even with that being said, it just seemed to be a little bit too comic booky, I guess you want to call it. The relationship between the second femme fatale and Chip, I don't know, it came out of nowhere, and it just seemed a little bit too easy. I won't go into spoilers about who it is and what actually happens, but that bothered me a little bit. But that's really all. I mean, this is a really funny film. There's some great one-liners. The guy, Matthew Gray Gubler, I think his name is, Gubler, sorry, is great. I loved him. I thought he was made such a kind of like a funny performance of this really naive guy who absolutely just gets distracted by these kind of beautiful women. And we've all been there. We've all done it. So we can totally relate as guys. And I absolutely love that. And then you have these three kind of like very strong, take control women, basically, who want to get their own way for one reason or another. And obviously have their turn in kind of taking control of the situation, and you see them kind of mold Chip's kind of actions and stuff like that. And if you've ever had the kind of the crazy high maintenance girlfriend, that is this dialed up to 11 with a killer attitude, literally. I thought all the girls did a great job. Like I said, I had some problems maybe with the second one, but that wasn't through the performance. It was more just because I thought the way that she was written was just a little bit weak. And obviously the final bloody showdown, I thought was a little bit fantastic, but that's kind of where you'll see the CGI blood. But overall, the pluses of this film, if you like kind of like violent crime cinema, like kind of Tarantino's work, I mean, I'm not going to compare this to like his work, it's more straightforward than that, but definitely like maybe True Romance, although I know that was written by Tarantino, but it has that feel to it, that kind of like electric, kind of like you know, you don't quite know what's going to happen, and it was just a good, well-made film. Very exciting, absolutely kept me engaged all the way through it. Great performances, great one-liners, absolutely hilarious movie as well, and some great action. It's pretty disturbing. It's really funny watching Chip just find out how depraved some of these women are, and kind of as he peels back the layers, and you think, oh, it's not going to get any worse, and it does. It's brilliant. I really like this movie. I'll definitely recommend it. If you're of maybe, you know, the sensitive type, you might want to maybe look away. But other than that, check it out. 8 out of 10 for me. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Leave me a comment and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.